everybody, so we just entered the safari ride, and
Also, you want to sit on the end? You're supposed to want to sit here. Go.
we just suddenly switched seats. It could be any minute now. We start moving.
Please watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Those doors are going to be sliding closed on the right-hand side in just a minute. Welcome aboard, everyone. Thanks so much, Jordan. Now, as we like to say here in Harambe, to Wende, and Wende means let's go. Is everybody ready for a safari?
Yes.
Yes, awesome. Well, Jumbo friends, my name is Sally, and I'll be your safari guide as we adventure through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. A few safety reminders before we get started. Please make sure to remain seated at all times, and please make sure to keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck at all times. And here we go. We are going to begin our safari right here in the Little Ituri Forest. A lot of these animals usually like to camouflage themselves to hide from predators, but it looks like we can already see a few already.
Oh, look at that.
Let's start right over here on the right-hand side. On the right-hand side on the hill, you're going to see an okapi. That okapi has beautiful hind legs, looks like it has zebra legs, but it's not related to the zebra at all. It's actually the closest living relative to the giraffe. That's due to the fact the okapi and giraffe have a similar skull structure. Over here on the left-hand side, you're seeing lots of bongos, also a saddle-billed stork back there up the hill in between all those trees. It's black and white. Saddle-billed storks, when they're fully grown, they'll be about 5 feet tall, and they have a wingspan of 9 feet. All the bongos, though, bongos are known as the ghost of the forest because they're rarely seen. So we're very, very lucky for seeing so many bongos out here today. Ooh, here to the right-hand side, we're also going to see some greater kudus. Now these two greater kudus, oh, they're beautiful. They are both female, and I know they're female because they do not have horns. Only male greater kudus have horns, females do not. Oh, there's another one, all 3 females. They're the tallest forest antelope. They stand at about 55 inches tall at their shoulders. Way back there to the left-hand side, there's a black rhinoceros. There's also another black rhino right over here. We're going to get to see a better view. 2 black rhinos.
Wow.
What a view.
Eating.
Now, black rhinos, when they're fully grown, they'll weigh up to 3,000 pounds. Very, very large. Black rhinos, they are endangered. There's only 5,000 black rhinos left on Earth. And unfortunately, they are heavily poached. They're poached for their horn. Some people in Africa think that horn can be used for medicinal purposes, but it can't because their horn is made of keratin. And does anyone know where we can find keratin here on the truck today? Our fingernails, right, and in our hair. So cannot be used for medicinal purposes because it's very sad that they are being poached. It looks like we are going to be venturing over to the Safi River. Now the Safi River, this is a great place for all of you to start looking on the surface of the water and on the banks of the river. And we're going to see what animals we can spot out here today. Let's see. Over on the right-hand side, I see lots of birds coming up in the water. You're going to see these tree trunks sticking out of the water down here to the right, and I see a hippo in the water right next to the tree trunk. I think there's actually 2 in there. One's all the way submerged underwater, and you can just see the top of that one's head. So Nile hippos, when they're fully grown, they'll weigh up to 5,500 pounds. You're also seeing lots of pink-backed pelicans. They get their name due to the pink color that they get on their skin under their feathers on their backs.
It's Murray from
They get that pink color during mating season. More hippos to the left behind the island.
I know.
Yeah, that's a group of hippos, though. A group of hippos is called a bloat. A bloat of hippos. Yeah, bloats, they can't float. No, hippos cannot float. They weigh too much. So usually they're found, staying still on the river floor. To get around, though, we'll see them walk or run across the river floor. And they're like kind of buoyant-ish, so they'll kind of hop along the river floor. And does anyone know how long they can hold their breath underwater?
I don't know.
Anyone know?
I don't know. 5 minutes.
About 8 minutes. 8 minutes at a time. A pretty long time. A lot longer than all of us.
Hours.
Yeah, they'll spend most of their time in the water to keep from overheating, and they'll come out of the water at night to graze. They graze on grass mostly. But look over here on the left-hand side.
Ooh.
Nile crocodiles. So they're out of the water. There might be a few in the water as
Looking
well.
at you, Sam.
Oh yeah, if you look right down here, I see one right in the water to the left.
Wow. He's looking
Sure,
at
stay
us.
fully seated for me, friends. I know it's hard to see. Thank you. Now, Nile crocodiles, when they're fully grown, they'll be about 16 feet long. Which, to put in perspective, that's almost as long as a giraffe is tall. Nile crocodiles also have super strong jaws they like to use to crush the bones of their prey. They'll eat fish, small hippos, and zebras. But they also use their jaws for good. Female crocodiles will actually take their baby's eggs, put the egg inside their mouth, and roll that egg around in their mouth and help their babies hatch, which is very nice. But look over here on the left-hand side, or on the right-hand side. This is a baobab tree. Looks like it's upside down, but it's not. It can just remain leafless for 9 months out of the year. And inside that baobab tree's trunk, it stores gallons and gallons of water. So animals down here on the savanna, which is what we're heading over to, they can go up to that tree and poke a hole in it and get a drink of water, which is very useful and very helpful, especially during the dry season. It's also nicknamed the Tree of Life. Now let's see what animals we can find. Oh my goodness, we're gonna get to see 2 baby zebras.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and I see a giraffe too on the right-hand side. That's a Maasai giraffe. And these zebras here to the right-hand side, oh, that's such a good view. They are Hartman's mountain zebra, one of 2 different species of zebras found here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Look at them. What's unique about them is you'll notice they don't really have any stripes under their bellies, but they have one like long stripe in the middle of their belly, like a zipper. You can kind of see on the babies. What's unique about them. Also, the baby's legs, their legs are about the same height as the adults. And those babies, they were born the beginning of June, just a few days apart. So their legs are practically fully grown when they're born. They don't grow too terribly much more. Look over here, though, to the left-hand side. If you look over by the bamboo, by the trees laying down over there, there's some African painted dogs. Yeah, African painted dogs. They live in packs of about 5 to 15, and they're excellent hunters. They're successful 90% of the time, which is more successful than the big cats like lions and cheetahs. Excellent, excellent hunters. Over here on the left-hand side, lying down, you'll see some sable antelope. They're the emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Another great view of a zebra, another Hartman's mountain zebra. So what do you all think? Are zebras, are they black with white stripes? Are they white with black stripes? Black stripes? It's actually no one truly really knows, but if you were to shave down these zebras, like take all their hair off, it's actually their skin is just black and white, so it's not either. But the Hartman's mountain zebras, some of the other zebras you can tell by the color of their nose, but not the Hartman's mountain zebra. Over though on the right-hand side, we're gonna get a great view of this giraffe. Again, Maasai giraffe. When they're the tallest land animal, and they're fully grown, they'll be about 18 to 20 feet tall. That giraffe's eating right now. Giraffes love to eat. They spend about 20 hours of their day eating, and they eat up to 40 pounds of food a day. They only rest, though, for about 30 minutes of their day.
Really?
Most of the time they rest.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
With their eyes open.
Oh, look at that bird. Hello there.
Way over on the right-hand side, you'll see that tall grass over there. In between the tall grass, there's a lone springbok laying down over there.
I can see it.
And a tan with white underbelly laying
relaxing.
down. Springboks, they get their name because they can spring 6 feet in the air and can go a distance of 13 feet. And they're very athletic. They can run at speeds of about 50, 60 miles per hour. They're the top 10 fastest animals on Earth. For giraffe to the left, see back there, a few of them are eating. There's a lot of them, like way up there too. It's a big group of giraffe. A group of giraffe is called a tower. Tower of giraffe. So they tower over all of us and all the other animals here at Animal Kingdom. Hopefully that's an okay view. Now giraffe migrate though, because they're migrating. It's called a journey of giraffe. They can also run fairly fast too. They can get to speeds, short distances of about 30, 35 miles per hour. And then, longer distances, they can maintain about a 10 mile per hour speed. But we are very slowly heading over to elephant country. And I think I do see an elephant right over here on the right-hand side, back there in between those trees. Way over there, there's an elephant to the right. Yeah, it's an African elephant. We know that's an African elephant due to the shape of his ears. His ears are shaped like the continent of Africa. Might be a little hard to see though here to the left-hand side. You'll see all those bushes. There's a mandrill monkey right behind the bushes. It's a little hard to see. But mandrill monkey, they're the largest monkey. When they're fully grown, they'll weigh up to 100 pounds, the males. Females only weigh up to about 30 pounds. Let's see, we might be able to get another view of this elephant over here on the right-hand side. Oh, it's pretty good. Oh, look, it's using its trunk.
That's perfect.
Look at that.
Look.
Yeah, elephants, they have very, very strong and sensitive trunks. They actually have more muscles in just their trunk than we do in the whole human body.
Wow.
They have over 40,000 muscles just in their trunk.
I didn't know.
And they'll use their trunk for a number of different things, like to help reach for things. They'll use their trunk to store water. They drink up to 40 gallons of water per day, and they can hold about 5 to 6 gallons of water at one time in their trunk. Country, but we're making our way over to the red clay pits. The red clay pits, this is a great place for all of you to look on the right-hand side. You might start to see some elephant tusk marks in the clay. Elephants like to come up to the red clay and rub their tusks up against the clay to get mineral deposits. They'll then grab with their trunks to put in their mouths, like they're eating a big multivitamin. And there's some elephant footprints you'll see here on the left on the ground in the dirt. Yeah, oh, 2 elephants, look at that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful view of that elephant. Yeah, so elephants, you know, with their very large ears, they have excellent hearing. They can hear other elephants up to 6 miles away. And they can hear bees from pretty far away too, and they are very afraid of bees. They'll also use their ears. Sometimes we'll see them flap their ears a few times. And when they flap their ears a few times, it acts as a giant fan for the elephants. Ends up cooling their whole body temperature by about 10 to 15 degrees, also known as ear conditioning. Another elephant way over there to the left. There are about 4 elephants, right, in total? I think these are all female elephants.
Aww.
Elephants, they do live in matriarchal herds. Females are a little more dominant than the males. Female elephants too, like mother and daughter elephants, will actually spend most of their lives together. Whereas male elephants, when they get to be about teenagers, they'll actually end up leaving the herd, going off doing their own thing for a little while, or staying in a small group of bachelors. Now over here on the left-hand side, anyone know what animals these are? Flamingos, yes, these are greater flamingos. Now a group or gathering of flamingos is known as a flamboyance of flamingos, which is my favorite group name out of all the animals, flamboyance of flamingos. Flamingos, they do get their pretty pink color due to all the shrimp that they eat, and that is due to the beta carotene found in the shrimp. So flamingos, when they hatch, their feathers are actually more of a gray color. And it won't take them until they're about 2 years old to really start getting that pretty pink color. Right on the left-hand side, you'll see that big mud pit or mud wallow. Sometimes we'll see white rhinoceros roll around in that mud and get mud all over their bodies. They do that because they have sensitive skin. So by rolling around in the mud, it helps protect their skin. Like a natural sunscreen. It even acts as a natural bug repellent for the white rhinos as well. We'll have to see if we can find some of those rhinos. But let's see. Looks like over here on the left-hand side, we've just entered cheetah hunting territory. So let's see if we can maybe spot some spots, find some cheetahs. Looking on the left. Ooh, I see two. I see 2 of them over here on the left-hand side. They're laying down in the shade, kind of on the right-hand side of this hill. Can you see them back there? Way over there, there's those cheetahs. Cheetahs do run super fast. They run at an average speed of about 60 miles per hour. And they can get to that 60 mile per hour speed in only 3 seconds, but can only maintain that speed for 100 yards, or about the length of a football field. And they do most of their hunting during the day. They have better eyesight during the day. Up ahead, we're coming up to some Kopi rocks. Now, when we see Kopis out here on the savanna, it's a good indicator we could be seeing some other predators. Because predators, they like to find Kopi rocks. They like to get up nice and high and tall, so they have a good vantage point to look down on their prey. And if you look to the left-hand side, there he is, that male lion. Go nice and slow. Everyone can see. He's resting.
Aww.
Yeah, lions, they rest for about 16-20 hours of their day, and they do most of their hunting at night. Female lions, there's a female lion right above him. They do most of the hunting. Male lions tend to stay back with the rest of the pride and with the cubs. It's a pretty good view. Over on the right-hand side, though, back behind those trees, there's some white rhinos back there, right behind the trees. There's one. Yeah, white rhinos, when they're fully grown, they'll weigh up to 5,000 pounds, so much larger than the black rhino. White rhinos also don't have very good eyesight. They have better hearing, just like the elephants. Another good view of those lions. Yeah, sometimes when the lions are a little more active, we are lucky enough to hear them roar. And their roars can be heard from about 3 to 5 miles away. Over here, though, on the left-hand side, we're coming up to some warthog burrows. Oh, there's a warthog right there to the left, steering right at us. Yeah, warthogs, they are related to the domestic pig, and they are the largest burrowing animals. They use their tusks and snout and feet to burrow in the ground. They can run at speeds of about 30 miles per hour, pretty quick. Those rhinos walked away. If you look over here, though, on the right-hand side, on the ground in the grass, looks like there's some ostrich eggs over there. There must be some ostrich somewhere around here. Must have laid some eggs. Each egg weighs up to 3 pounds, which is about as much as 2 dozen chicken eggs. So ostrich being the largest bird, they do have the largest eggs. Looks like we're heading out of the savanna now. We're coming up to the warden's post. The wardens do a great job caring for all of these animals out here on the reserve, and they do a good job practicing and teaching us about different conservation efforts. The wardens also have little Nigerian dwarf goats you're going to see here on the left-hand side, which are small goats. There they are. The wardens use these goats for grazing purposes and for dairy, so they can sell milk at the local market. Yeah, they're pretty chill right now. Sometimes they're a little more rambunctious. They like to run around and play a lot with each other. Sometimes we'll even see them bump their heads together, and that's their way of asserting or establishing dominance.
Oh man.
Now we are going to start heading back to the village. And you had an awesome safari today. I see a lot of animals out here. Very exciting. A lot of the animals that we saw out here today, they are endangered. Those animals that we saw way back at the beginning of the safari in the forest, like the okapi and the bongos and the black rhino, they are actually all facing deforestation of their habitats, which isn't good. But you know, a good thing and an easy thing and a small thing, each one of us, what we can do practically every day of our lives to make sure we practice the 3 R's. And that is reduce, reuse, and recycle. Recycle our paper products as much as we can so we can help save these animals' habitats, these animals' homes, and hopefully all will make a small difference here in our world.
Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'm really lovely to be down there. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good day.
Now here in Harambe, we never like to say goodbye because that is far too sad and far too final. Instead, we like to say a Swahili word, and that word is kwaherini. And kwaherini means go well, so kwaherini everyone, go well and go wild. Thanks so much for joining me here at the safari today. Hope y'all had fun, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Thank you. Please watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Those doors are
Subscribe, comment, talk to you later. Peace.